Hey YouTube, it's AllPrime13 again with another video. This is going to be more of a discussion topic video. This time I want to focus on Transformer crossover ideas. I jotted quite a few of these down the other day, and we just got that announcement for the new Naruto crossover figure. So I figured this would be a great time to put this video together and put it out. So we'll get right into it. And the first one I want to talk about, most crossovers really only get one figure or one box set of sorts. Um, but one of the few that did get multiple was the Jurassic Park crossover. We got the T-Rex breakout, and then we got the scene with Nedry and the Dilophosaurus. But one I'm absolutely astounded they didn't do is they didn't do a Velociraptor, especially when we already have a Velociraptor Transformer. Like that just doesn't make any sense to me. And they gave the T-Rex car. Um, they the electric car. They gave that to Muldoon. We see here with his spaz shotgun and his hat and all that. Um, Personally, I think this would have done better with the Velociraptor because he has more. These definitely seem to be based more off the movie, and he doesn't really interact with the T-Rex all that much. I mean, he does drive away from it in that one scene with Laura Dern and Jeff Goldblum, but um, I think it would have been better to give the Raptor to Muldoon and have Alan Grant with the T-Rex. But that does sort of leave one thing up in the air, and that's what vehicle mode to give to Alan Grant. And I thought about it a little bit, and I think an interesting one would have been to make him the InGen helicopter that brings them to the island. Because we don't have all that many helicopter transformers, and I think that would be a good vehicle to use. And it would, technically it wouldn't represent a specific scene from the movie, but it would give us, Alan Grant with his, scene with the T-Rex. It just wouldn't be the right vehicle. But yeah, that's my thought on what could have been a potential third Jurassic Park set. Continuing off that to my second idea, I think it could be entirely possible to do a different scene for each of the leader class Dinobots to have a Jurassic Park scene done for all of them. And I could easily come up with a dozen for each one. I'm a huge fan of that franchise. But yeah, you could do the Pteranodons from Jurassic Park 3 in the birdcage with the Kirbys. You could do Laura Dern seeing the Brachiosaurus in the first movie when they all first get to the island with Sludge. There was the sick Triceratops scene. So there you got Slug. Obviously, Grimlock could be a T-Rex in any of the movies. Who am I forgetting now? Stegosaurus? Oh yeah, the Stegosaurus. There was a scene in the second movie where they attack. What's her name? Julianne Moore, Sarah Harding, her character. So yeah, and I mean, there's even more you could do. I would love to see them come out with a leader class Ankylosaurus based off that new Legends class Scar figure, and do something with that. Maybe for like Jurassic World where the Indominus was attacking or something. But that's my first couple ideas. For my next idea, I think and again, a lot of these are probably never going to happen for various reasons. But this one, I like the idea of maybe doing a memorial piece to Steve Irwin with maybe a retool of that Muldoon, like a sort of Aussie hunter kind of thing going on, and having him with a Sharkticon and an Alicon because he was at the very least the alligator one because he was really well known for his work with alligators and crocodiles. So I think that would be an awesome set. and having him with, maybe we could get like a koala bear, or a kangaroo too, just like an Aussie looking guy with a bunch of animal beast formers. So a Steve Irwin one, I think that would be really cool. I don't really have a specific figure to go with this, so we're just going to go with the closest thing we can get, which is another shark. But I would love to see a Jaws movie crossover, and if possible, I would love it to be like a maybe a cyber shark retool that looks like a great white shark, or maybe Skybite, because I know that they did make a more traditional shark-looking figure out of Skybite, but it was I think it was like the Transmetal and stuff. It was forever ago. I don't currently have that figure. I would love to get one though. But yeah, I think a Jaws movie would be a great idea for a crossover. Getting a shark former and then a boat. How many boat transformers do we have? We need more boats. I would love to have a boat. So I don't really have anything to stand in for this next one, but my next idea, this would be number 5, Alien, the Alien movies. I'm not really sure what would make for a good figure for that, and I don't even know what would work as a vehicle mode, but I could definitely see, there being like a transformer for that mechanical forklift suit, whatever it was, that Ripley used at the end of the movie to fight the alien queen, and then maybe we can get like some sort of mutant spaceship looking Cybertronian thing to turn into the alien queen. I think that would be really cool. This next one is a little bit of a stretch, but I think a one based off of the hoverboards in the Back to the Future movie, because we already have Gigawatt. And the only other vehicle I can remember that really featured, the only one I really remember was the hoverboard scene. And it would be kind of cool to see that maybe done as like a, because I remember we had that Minicon, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but that set of Minicons from Armada, and one of them turned into the skateboard. Wouldn't it be kind of cool to get like a hoverboard transformer or something like that? And you can have like little rocket boosters on them for where they had to go across the water. Okay, so for my next one, let's bring in this guy. So I would love to see more of these like NASA vehicles. Excuse me. And the most obvious one I think would be to do a Jetfire that turns into like an actual like officially licensed space shuttle to pair along with this Moon Rover Prime. I think that would be so cool. Because in my personal headcanon, how I see Optimus getting this Rover alt mode is that he landed and went to the nearest vehicles he could find, which were these space rovers. And since he had just gotten to Earth, he didn't know that they weren't, common vehicles that would, be moving around on Earth. So, he might be driving down the street as the space rover, and everyone's like, "What's going on?" And he gets discovered and has to run off and find a different alt mode. But that's just my personal thoughts on the matter. But I think that would be really cool. Alright. The next one I want to talk about, actually, let me go grab him off the shelf real fast. So I want to talk about more potential corporate crossovers, because we know the corporate people are going to love that. So we got our Target one, but I think a Walmart one would be kind of cool, and we would definitely want to try and give them like a different vehicle mode or something. I think that maybe we could do like maybe a smaller box truck for that, or possibly I think they have like those like grocery delivery vans, maybe something like that. But I'm sure that Walmart would love it at the very least, and I feel like the door is open, and it could lead to some interesting repaints because while this is sort of a corporate what's the word I'm looking for? This is just corporate propaganda at the end of the day. I do love the color scheme they gave this guy. I really like the way he looks. Um, and I think instead of doing Optimus, this time it could be Ultra Magnus because Walmart tends to have white and blue with a dash of like yellow or gold, and Magnus is usually white and blue. So I think doing a Walmart as Ultra Magnus would be cool. Following that up, we'll bring this guy in, and this is more of an example. I should have transformed him first because I wanted to use his vehicle mode as an example, but an Amazon delivery van, get those big 3 retailers that they have, all their corporate action figure, as it were. But I feel like, you see those big Amazon, high-tech Amazon vans driving around the city all the time. Having a Transformer Amazon delivery van would be neato. But yeah, that would be a good way to get all the big corporate bigwigs their happy little crossover. So there's that. The next one, we're gonna bring back in a couple of these other guys. Where'd they go? There. Oh no, they're falling over on each other. My desk is so cramped right now. But I think another good crossover. I would love to see a Street Sharks crossover Transformer, because I've mentioned before that I love dinosaurs, but probably one of my favorite animals is sharks. Sharks are very interesting creatures. I wouldn't mind seeing a polar bear one either, but yeah, I mean, I know we've at least had one of those in the past. But yeah, I think a Street Sharks crossover of some sort would be really cool. And if they play their cards right, they could theoretically get all 4 brothers in because we have a Hammerhead, and Skybite could easily be the Ripster. So yeah, Jab, Ripster. And if we wanted, they could theoretically, maybe remold some Sharkticons to have different heads or something. But it's hard to say, but I think it would be a cool idea regardless. So there is that. And then the final one I wanted to talk about, let me see, I forgot to grab my primal. But yeah, the last one I think would be an interesting one to cross over would be the Legendary Godzilla in a like Godzilla vs. Kong 2-pack. We did get that announcement a couple months ago for the 70th anniversary Godzilla figures that were pretty much everybody agreed they were really underwhelming. They could have done so much more with those. But yeah, doing like a Optimus Primal retool with probably like Grimlock or not Grimlock, Beast Wars Megatron, and having that be like a Godzilla versus Kong box set, I think would be super cool. Again, a lot of these I don't think will ever actually happen, but I'm just throwing these ideas out there. I think that they all have at least some interesting potential. And of course, I'm a big fan of the crossover lines. I have a lot of the recent crossover figures, and I'm hoping to collect all of them. I think they're fun. I think that they're branching out in some interesting ways. And I remember growing up, they had the Star Wars and the Marvel crossover figures, and I'd love to go back and pick up some of those again or see them reissued. But yeah, those are just some of my ideas for some Transformer crossover figures. So let me know what you thought. Comment and subscribe. Let me know if you have any interesting crossovers you'd like to see. I'd love to hear what you guys have. I do have some more ideas, so I will be making another one of these videos a little bit down the line. So I hope everybody enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. This is Soul Prime saying transform and soul out.